do my lecture for me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hear you a little loud. Good morning.
Good morning.
You can take the sign down now on the front door, do not come in. So I appreciate that. You know, it's interesting. Everybody worries a great deal about everything. I don't care what it is. It could be children, could be your business, could be finances, whatever it is, everybody is a worry of what? Work. And it's very difficult to change that. And that's why we want to give out a new award called WOW. WOW. Nobody's heard of that, have they? It's called award. It's without worries. Without worries. And I think that's what we need today, is not to worry so much about things. And as spiritualists, we have to understand that if we don't worry, we can help others to do the same thing. No matter what happens during the course of a day, if something comes up that you need to be concerned about. As a medium and a minister, I hear all kinds of complaints about that. People are so down today, they don't know what to do with themselves. And they stay there. We discussed a few of the situations out there in the hallway. So we need to help people to be uplifted, to be more positive about themselves, and to forget the small things. You know, there was a gentleman who said to me, I wish I could find a place that you didn't have to worry at all. I said, well, follow me, I'd be glad to take you to it. I went down to the nearest cemetery. They're not worrying. In fact, it's very interesting, you know, I've been doing this work for 40 years. I've only been 30, I just turned 35. Why are you looking at me like that?
I think that was 1965.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't 1865, thank you. They always ask me, how is my parents doing on the other side of life? And I keep saying, kidding them, but it's true. They're not paying taxes. They're not worried about the political situation, so I would say they're doing very well. And we have to kind of do the same thing. We have to say, we need to do better. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? I'm going to tell you a secret. This is a real secret now. So you got to write it down. Ask God. Now, in spiritualism, we call God the infinite spirit. But if we, no matter how we define God, infinite spirit, we should really concentrate on asking that entity to help us. You know, I read somewhere by a spiritualist who wrote this book, and he said, when you ask God for the heart and soul of you, it's like throwing a boulder into a dam. The waves will go across the shore rapidly. But if you do it by rote memory, it's not really much. So we need to concentrate on saying, help me, God, from the heart and soul. Now, God has given us our angels or guides with us. And we need to concentrate on that too. And people say, how do we concentrate and how do we communicate with our spirit guide? You have to ask. Get yourself in a nice quiet place and ask. You don't need to know the name of the guide. All you have to really know is that they're there. And by the way, they're not going to text you either. If you get a text from a spirit guide, please let me know. I want to get that number. But it's very true. We have to really focus on ourselves first and ask for help from our spirit guide and from God directly in order to help others. And it takes time to do that, but we need to do it quickly. One of the problems we have today, well, there's many problems we have today, but if we don't unite and start thinking positive of our world, we could have more problems. We don't want that. And I don't think that's going to happen because people today in the churches like this are very positive what they do. So concentrate on God. Ask God to be with you. Now, God is not out there. I'm sure everybody knows that. He's right with us all the time. God is with us all the time. And we have to understand that more. So ask God to be with you, help you, guide you into the direction you need to travel. And He will. Now, for example, I was not a medium or anything 40 years ago. I was in a different business. And all of a sudden I decided to get into this because I was spiritually guided. And I'm sure a lot of you sitting here today will be spiritually guided to follow it. And here I am. And believe me, I didn't think I was going to be here. No comment on that. But it's been a fascinating run. I enjoy it. I like helping people. I believe that most of the spiritualist community wants to help others develop and understand more about the principle of spiritualism and understand that God is there for us along with the angels and our spirit guides. So as you leave today, call on the spirit guide to help you. Call on the spirit guide to help you. And go right directly to God too. And you'll see a change in your life. You'll see a change in your life because it does work. And I thank you very much.